Good morning, everyone. It's round 2 of Without a Crystal Ball today. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am excited to bring new content to you, which is a learning curve because some of you guys aren't used to this kind of stuff. But I have been following this story and I am captivated by it, and I hope you will be too. So, welcome to my channel. If you are new, I am Katie Joy, and this is Without a Crystal Ball. We talk about a lot of fun things. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and then ring the bell for notifications so you know when I go live. If you're having trouble getting notifications, which I know many of you are, make sure you check out my social media, which I always post ahead of time when I go live. It's been a tricky week on YouTube with new guidelines rolling out, so notifications have not been faulty. But it's been there's been a lot of news coming out of England the past few days because an unprecedented decision was made by Prince Harry and his wife Meghan, Dutch and Duchess of Sussex, have decided to quit the royal family. Everything blew up on Wednesday when they took to Instagram to share a status that said, "After many months of reflection and internal discussions, we have chosen to make a transition this year in starting to carve out a progressive new role within this institution. We intend to step back as senior members of the royal family and work to become financially independent while continuing to support Her Majesty, the Queen. It is with your encouragement, particularly over the last few years, that we feel prepared to make this adjustment. We now plan to balance our time between the United Kingdom and North America, continuing to honor our duty to the Queen, the Commonwealth, and our patronage. This geographic balance will enable us to raise our son with the appreciation for the royal tradition into which he was born, while also providing our family with the space to focus on our next chapter, including the launch of our new charitable entity. We look forward to sharing the full details of this exciting next step in due course, and we continue to collaborate with Her Majesty the Queen, blah, 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 blah." So Meghan and Harry have had a really crappy few years with the press. The media in the UK has been horrific to Meghan. Things that Kate would normally do, like have a baby, do charitable work, do normal mother things, and then also like hit the ground running and do what she needs to do to like fulfill her royal duties. Where they would have like applauded Kate for it, they have criticized her relentlessly. There has been an underlying undertone that a lot of people says relates to issues related to her race. So she has been dealing with a lot of pushback. The media there has been cruel, and she has decided that she has had enough. And during this fall, they did a documentary with ITV while they were on a trip in Africa. And at the time, she talked about how difficult it was to deal with the media pressure and how unfair they have been to her. And then Harry opened up about how he lost his mother to the same people that are now trashing his wife, and it has got sort of like a shot to the gut. And on the couple's website, he actually wrote, "I've seen what happens when someone I love is commoditized to the point where they are no longer treated or seen as a real person. I lost my mother, and now I watch my wife falling victim to the same powerful forces." He is haunted by the loss of his mother, and he is determined not to have the same fate happen to his wife or his family. He has had a rough year. He even opened up about his struggles with his mental health, which is not typical with the royal family. He and Meghan have been a lot more open and sort of out there. Harry's kind of always been doing his own thing. You know, he was always causing trouble when he was younger, not following the royal, like, closed, stiff upper lip. We pretend like we don't have emotions and we are so mysterious nobody knows about us, which is how the royals prefer to be viewed by the wider public, whereas he has always wanted to be a little bit more transparent and more real. Now that his brother, who is in line following, so his grandmother is the queen at 93 years old. She's nearing the end of her life. Her father Charles will become king, then his brother William, and then all three of his kids would be following in line, and then Harry. So Harry at this time is sixth in line to the throne. He is very far removed from any likelihood of ever becoming a king of England. And so as he has been more outed by, by the family, he's ready to go. And it sounds like so is Meghan. So since all of this has blown up, there's been a lot of speculation about what are they going to do because they want to become financially independent. Well, some people are suggesting that they might do the speaking tours, similar to what, Obama has been doing now that he is no longer in office. A Bloomberg actually said that they could get lucrative public speaking circuits. They could get upward of anywhere from $100,000 or more per appearance. And they say that Harry could potentially receive more than $500,000 per appearance for public speaking, much like what President Obama receives. So that's one thing they could do. They could also go on to Netflix and do another thing where, Obama has done some sit-down interviews on Netflix where they could have like the entire world and the catalog and all of the people that are on Netflix at their disposal. But Andy Cohen of Bravo is a little anxious and he wants them to join the Real Housewives. So they have been more vocal on here. They've been sharing a lot on their Instagram page. But Andy, on the day of their announcement, he said, open invite for the Duchess to join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Luann from Real Housewives of New York, she says that we would openly welcome Meghan to the Real Housewives of New York. We need a new Harry. And then she shared a photo and saying, we need another brunette on the Real Housewives of New York. So is there a likelihood that they would join the Real Housewives of New York? Who knows? But if you noticed in their announcement, they said North America. A lot of people assumed when they would move, if they were going to leave the United Kingdom, that they would potentially land in Canada, because that is where she had lived for 7 years while filming her TV show Suits. She had a network in the Toronto area, I believe, or Vancouver area, one of the areas of Canada. She and Harry had been staying in Canada for the last 6 weeks. In fact, she had been staying in the home of, oddly, Yolanda Hadid's ex-husband, David Foster's home. He's one of the homes he owns. He set them up and they were staying there in Vancouver while they were on sort of sabbatical from their royal engagements. And so they have been in Vancouver. Now they went back to the UK to make the announcement. Harry is still in the UK. She's gone back to the Canada, but now people close to her are actually telling people that they're likely to relocate to California because she is actually born and raised and from Los Angeles. So a source actually told Page Six that Meghan is at heart an LA girl. She cares about money, power, and prestige. Meghan really wants to live in California. It's where she's from and where her mother lives. So she definitely could end up in California, and she definitely has sort of that California mindset. That being said, what's the likelihood of her actually joining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? I doubt it. I can't imagine in a million years she would join this. I mean, the show is great, but it just doesn't seem like the level. I don't know. It just seems like, I don't know. I don't feel like, stooping into a world of like cat fights and throwing drinks and, being petty is really sort of the image that Meghan and Harry want to portray to the world. While it would definitely make amazing television, like I would totally tune in to see like what's going on with Meghan and Harry. I can't see how Meghan and Harry sort of joining a cast of a million other women would like help them with their philanthropic work, with like their charities and all the like things that they want to do. I can't see how that would help if they want to do the circuits for like being on circuit for like public speaking and to continue this sort of like uplifting, like happy sort of we're going to help the world is what they want to do. They both have very charitable hearts. So while I think it would be amazing for them to be on the show, I highly doubt they would join it. And that's just my opinion. That's not like I have a source. I just can't imagine a royal going on to this right after leaving the royal family. It just seems like a reach. But the invitation is there and he really wants her. Andy Cohen can be pretty persuasive when he wants something. So who knows? Maybe he will get what he wants and convince Meghan to join. Would you watch if she was on the air? I know I would. I would totally watch. More for Prince Harry. I love him. He's so, I don't even like the royals, but I've always liked Harry. He beats to his own drum. He does his own thing. He's so just wants to be a normal person. I would love to see what he's like in his private life, what he does on a day-to-day basis. But again, I don't think that in a million years they would ever join. So I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Tell me in the comments below. Make sure before you go, you give this video a thumbs up. Also make sure that you ring the bell and subscribe to my channel so you know when I go live. And if you have not followed me on social media, make sure you do so you do know when I go live. All right, you guys, I'll be back later with more.